afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Our World, Our Power show here with Lady Pauline. Mr. Glenn Greenwich is off today. He's taking care of some family personal business, but we're going to have a great show anyway. Today is going to be Meet the Playwright, and we have a few guests. Next to me is Brenda Jones.
Hello,
Hi,
how are you?
How are you, Brenda?
I am
Welcome
fine.
to our world.
Thank you.
Yes, and you brought some guests with you.
I have a couple gentlemen with me who have worked with or are responsible for Meet the Playwright. The first person is Mr. Courtney French, who is also the artistic director at Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning. And next to him is Mr. Malcolm Boyd, who was one of the first playwrights featured in our last season, which was 2021. He was one of the playwrights, as well as the fact he's an actor and a producer and a director.
Wow, welcome everyone to the show. Let's get this ball rolling.
Thank you.
So tell me what's on the plate right now for your organization and what you all are doing.
Well, I guess I'll kind of start with Meet the
Yes,
Playwright, and then we
yes.
can go ahead and have Courtney explain what's going on with JCal. Meet the Playwright is a once monthly live play that's being held at JCal, the Jamaica Center for Arts and Learning, which is 161st in Jamaica Avenue out here in Queens. We take local playwrights who have never developed their particular thing, and it's close to a workshop, but it's more than that. So there is an actual performance, but it's not a full-blown play with props and singing people, and it's very simple, but it gives the playwright an option and an opportunity to actually have their work put up, to see how it looks. We have a live audience. We have it there in the theater. It's what's known as a black box theater, which is, I believe, 100-seater, as well as we do a live stream on YouTube. So we have people watching. I actually got a response back from a gentleman I know in Australia, yes, honestly, and he looked at it and thought, this is great. So there's Aussies watching as well as people in Arizona and California and Texas and Chicago and folks that we all kind of know. We go ahead and tell them about it. They could tune in on YouTube for the live cast, as well as the fact that it is archived on the internet as well, so they could watch it a little bit later on. So I've been getting compliments and things and comments on last month's play as well. So we've been having a good time doing that. We started in 2021. We were trying to do January through June, and I believe, Courtney, if you remember, I believe January and February belonged to COVID. So that was the end of that. And then this year we're going to do January through June, and then Omicron took care of January and February once again.
So you're going to be here every month then?
It's pretty much that way.
Okay.
We'll be changing a few things about it because our new season usually starts in January. I think we figured out January might be like a jinx month. So we're actually coming back in September of this year.
Oh, good.
And we'll go September 2022 through the end of the year, through December. And there's some other stuff, but I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'm going to hand it over to Courtney so we could explain more of the wonderful things at JCal.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Brenda. Well, just to sort of touch on some things that Brenda spoke about, Meet the Playwright was birthed out of this idea that we need to create a night for pitching ideas. Yeah, so if you picture all of us sitting in a room, and then someone comes up and he says, "Well, I have a book, and I want to know whether or not you think it's something that you would like to produce." And they read, and then we look at each other, and then we go,
Oh, it's like that.
yeah, or we can say yes, but it's always a yes or no but, right? Because we're there to nurture, right? We're there to hear ideas, because everything has value in some way, shape, or form. You know, someone writes a play and it starts out, well, everybody woke up and then they died. It was like, well, what happened between when they woke up and when they died? Can you fill that in? So that's what it's about. It's about reaching playwrights or artists and saying, okay, look, here's an opportunity. Here's a door. Walk in through the door, and Brenda often will say, okay, well, let's try this, let's try that, let's snip this, let's cut that. I don't know why you have a sheep here, but I think, a sheep in New York just doesn't work. You can't do that, right? There's no sheep on the subway. It's just not good.
Oh, I saw one last week.
You see, Brenda would just ask that because it just doesn't make sense. So we're very proud of the work Brenda's been doing with the writers and the actors who come in, and she's been instrumental in sort of pushing it forward. And we're looking forward to doing something next year that I shouldn't speak up, but
Speak on it. Speak on it. Just let it out. Let it out. Let it out.
You know, when you have an idea, when you have ideas, and it's right there, you know it's going to be wonderful, but you just don't have the. Well, let's put it like this, and I'm sure most people here can understand. We ain't got the money yet.
Yes,
so,
always that little problem,
right,
the money.
So until we have the money, you know, we really can't go out yapping about things that we don't have. But it's a good idea, though.
It's in your head.
It's in my head.
Yeah, just like mine, too.
And I've shared it with Brenda, and off the air, I'll share it with you.
Yeah.
It's an excellent idea.
And then the next time I'm back, it will be fully grown, and I can say all the things that I should say. So beyond Meet the Playwright, this year is JCal's 50th anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You've been around that long.
You know, Lady Pauline,
Well, not necessarily you, but
you know,
too late now.
So
someone has been around.
Don't feel bad if you have. That's good.
You know what? It's good to be this old. You know, because when I
Old?
think of the alternative,
Yeah. Well, that's not good.
that's not good.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So I'm fine with it. But it's our 50th anniversary, and we're gonna have our gala on June 17th at 7:00. It should be fun. It's actually this year it's called the attire is called creative formal.
Yes.
Oh, so you can wear whatever the hell you want, if anything.
It has to be creative.
Wait,
and it has to be
whoa.
formal.
Oh, well, what if you don't want to wear anything? Isn't that creative? Isn't that formal?
This is America. So, you know, you can do what you want, but there are consequences.
Oh, okay.
There are consequences.
I don't like
And
consequences.
there are consequences, and then there's Facebook and Twitter. Things live forever, so you want to think about that. But that's our anniversary. The day before, which is June 16th, we're having a Deaf Poetry reunion. You remember Deaf Poetry Jam by the Simmons brothers and so forth?
Oh, okay.
So that is happening. They're bringing back some of the original cast of Deaf Poetry Jam. So that's going to be a wild night, and of course, I'm hoping you will be there to.
Oh,
cover
yes,
it.
I will be. I'm glad you invited me because I was coming anyway.
You see how official that was?
Yes,
See how official that was?
Yes, it was very official. I like that.
So, it should be a really, really interesting night. Someone is bringing pudding.
What type of pudding? Bread pudding? Banana pudding?
It's a gift. All I know, there's going to be pudding and wine and beer and handshakes and so forth. But so you'll have a good time.
Oh, okay.
So keep that in mind.
I will.
This year also for the community, we also have our Children's Festival, which is happening on June 25th and 26th. And that's a whole family thing. We have performances, cotton candy, popcorn, people jumping out of balloons, that kind of a thing. Is going to be fabulous. So that's something I hope you can.
Yeah,
join
now
us for
listen,
as well.
audience. Now I want you to come out and attend these functions. It's right here in the community. And is it free?
It is FREEE.
Oh, I love that word, free. I don't know why. You don't have money. It's good to hear free.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So just come and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
There should be miniature golf, face painting, that kind of a thing, and plus performances. So it's a wonderful day for the community.
Community, yes. That's good.
And on June 27th is,
June 27th?
yes,
Tell me, what's happening in June 27th?
Meet the Playwright has its last play of the season.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
And
Can't
what
believe
is
that.
it involved and who is involved?
The play is called Pearls and Swine.
My mother used to always say that. She used to say you can't give pearls to a swine.
'Cause
You know,
he'll
they will
stomp
not
all
value.
over 'em.
They will not value
The pearls you've given.
pearls. Yeah.
So
is it true?
I don't know. It wasn't my play.
Oh, it's not your play, no.
No.
Whose play is it?
Her name is Willie Ann Gissendanner. I know she's probably going, she just chopped my name to death. But I actually met with her yesterday. She has a really good play. And we're taking a segment of it. Sometimes, and just for everyone to know, the plays that we use are not always short plays. All the plays for Meet the Playwright, you're given between a half hour to 45 minutes. So it's usually a one-act play, or you've taken a meaningful section out of your full-length play.
Okay.
And yes, it is also the FREEE word. So
So you will be bringing this play right here for next month?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good.
Actually, the play for this month, the
Monday.
Monday, thank you. Yeah,
Monday.
we have to remember these things. Could not make it because he has another play on the other side of town. So he has a theatrical commitment.
Okay.
And so I'm here to go
Show
ahead.
business. You know?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
What's
Victor,
the name of that one, Brenda?
It happens to be named Mouthful of Flies. Not.
Where do you all get these titles from?
You better talk to the playwright. And the playwright's name is Victor Vauban, and he's a very busy man, needless to say, but it's a very intense play, which has a lot to do with, I guess, father-son relations, and the father has walked out of the mother and the son's
Life.
long time ago, and the father now understands, now that he's been arrested for, I don't remember what infraction, he finds out that his son is in the same jail.
Oh, he has company.
Yeah, but the son won't see him.
Oh, that's terrible.
So therefore, this is the first encounter they've had with one another in like decades. So it's a pretty intense play. So absolutely come out. It's called Mouthful of Flies, Victor Vauban. I will see you Monday. If you want to attend, please call us or go online, because we have to have your name, because we have to keep a seat count, definitely, because there's only 100 seats. And if you show up and you're 101, sorry. So absolutely positively go into jcal.org, look under events and tickets, and you will see Mouthful of Flies under Meet the Playwright. You can RSVP online. You could also watch online Monday at 7 Eastern, for those of us who are not in the Eastern Sea Coast. Monday at 7, YouTube. We'll start at 7 o'clock, curtain at 7 o'clock, and we will have also a Q&A, a live Q&A immediately following the performance. So you can talk to the playwright as to what his or her choices were for the play and the actors, and take it from there.
Great. And I see another handsome gentleman here in my studio.
Rumor has it
Yes, tell me
that's
about him.
Malcolm Boyd.
Malcolm Boyd, I saw you on Law and Order, Blue Bloods, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Was that really you?
Not actually. I've been cloned.
Oh, but you played a police officer. And I always see you at night when I'm in bed.
Okay, that's more than I want to know. Hold up.
Hey, I have that type of appeal. What can I say? I was born like this. Well, thank you for having me on the show.
You're quite welcome, Malcolm. So tell me what's going on with you and what you're doing.
God, where should I start? From my novels, I adapted my first novel into a screenplay that I shopped around and had a lot of interesting, queries, but nobody wanted to pull the trigger, so I decided to shoot it myself. Best decision I've made in a very long time. So now, One Way and No Way Out, which is the name of the film, it's a television series that we're pitching to several platforms. Is in several film festivals. We're semi-finalists in the San Francisco Short Film Festival. We were recently at the Queens Underground Film Festival. We were also at, I can't mention that because it's legalities.
Yes.
Have been reached,
It was hip-hop.
the Hip Hop Film Festival in Harlem has just reached out to us, so I believe we're going to be there. The other one, we won't mention right now. I'll explain to you why later. Also, we were one of the finalists for Story Rocket, which is a platform that tries to promote screenwriters to get them deals with studios. It's a lot of work. It's really fun. Hopefully this time next year my name will be up in lights and this whole show will be about me.
Oh yeah, well, you know something. When you make it big, now Malcolm, I expect to be invited to the pool parties at the house with the umbrella and everything. You know, I will. Matter of fact, I'm letting the audience know I will be there.
Have your people call my people.
No, I don't think so. My people is your people.
Have them call me. But yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to release my third novel, which is the final novel in my Man Walker crime fiction trilogy. It's called Good Night, Bad Day.
Mm.
So hopefully it'll be available within the next 30, 45 days.
Wow. Malcolm, I want to ask you something. How do you have time to do anything else? Because you're either acting, you're either writing, producing, directing. Where's their time? How do you make time for yourself?
That is time. That's all I do. Basically, that's all
Okay.
I have time to do. I mean, when you like what you're doing, it's different. It's really easy.
Okay.
Like if I didn't like this, I'd probably be in a straitjacket somewhere. But I really enjoy doing it. So when the time doesn't matter, because what else would I be doing?
Okay.
So if I'm not doing that, then to me, if I'm not writing or doing something with film, I'm missing out.
Okay.
And that'd keep me up at night.
So it's your passion.
And I discovered it late in life actually, which makes it that much more interesting. 5, 6, 7 years ago, I was a welder. And I just decided, you know what, I got to do something else.
So what made you decide to write a book? I mean, how did that come about in your head?
I had toyed around with it in the past, but like I guess a lot of people I talk to about writing a novel, I never finished one. And I just decided, you know what, I'm going to write something from beginning to end. And it turned out to be my first published novel, One Ran Noel.
Yeah. And you also have a publishing company.
Three-Legged Elephant Publishing.
Yes,
yeah.
I forgot to mention that.
Yes.
And Brenda, you're a part of it, right?
Yes, I am. I'm the workhorse behind him. He's the CEO. I'm the workhorse. I make the phone calls and all the other fun stuff. So
That's subjective to how you look at it when you say workhorse. Maybe just someone who just is, I wouldn't say she's a workhorse because she does it with such finesse.
Yes, she does.
I wouldn't say a horse, maybe a work angel.
Okay, work.
okay, I need a shovel and galoshes.
So Brenda,
I just
now,
write this stuff.
how is it working with your brother, and what's it like working with Courtney French?
Oh God, do I hear ego growing in the room?
I have to ask you. You're working with two handsome men. I know one is your brother and a friend, but what's the dynamics here? I mean, it works.
With Malcolm, he's my brother. And I know that it's obviously, but it's also a matter of, I think because we think completely differently. It's almost like we're not relatives per se in a certain, he thinks things from this side and I see things from that side. So we never really step on one another's toes. Oh. So we kind of dovetail,
Okay.
Which is very helpful because he will come up with stuff. It's like, what? And then I'll go, yeah,
You
but
don't
you need
clash? You don't clash at all?
Oh, no, I didn't say that.
Oh, well.
There are things like, no, you need to do it this way. He goes, no, it has to be that way. I'm thinking, yeah, but I have a reason. So if it is his property and the book clearly is his invention, then I will acquiesce to the author until I'm right. Then I'll say, I told you so,
Okay.
repeatedly. But for all intents and purposes, because we are two different people, very much so. If we weren't, we look okay. If I didn't know we had the same parents, we would know each other across the room, but it's not like, oh, you two, yeah, no, we're not.
You know why I ask you? Because it's very difficult working with family. I work with my son, and oh, Lord have mercy. I've opened the terrace door many times and thought about just jumping out and saying, okay, see you, it's been nice knowing you.
No, it's really, and I think we had to become adults to do that. I think when we were younger, I think we kind of bickered and tried to kill each other a lot. But
Who, me?
see,
I, 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 I,
Several times. But we've kind of grown into our own groove. So for me, it's really been a lot easier than I ever thought it would have been working with my brother, just because we're two completely different people.
And Courtney, can you tell me a little bit about your background? Because I know the last time that you were on the show, I didn't really go into it, and I want to bring it up. What is you have such a lovely voice. Did you study acting yourself? Did I put you on the spot?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm one of those people who I am usually reluctant to talk about myself, but I'll make an exception.
Yeah, please do. The audience, your public is awaiting.
Right. Well, the biggest portion of my background is really in dance. I spent the last 20 years focusing a lot on dance.
Oh, I see.
Right. Modern, contemporary, pop, that has been my thing. I used to dance with, this is going to be dating myself a little bit. I used to dance with like a pop star, Irene Cara, back in the day.
Okay.
I used to dance with Lisa back in the day. Lisa.
Yeah, I know exactly who she is.
Right. I used to do
That long ago.
those tours.
What?
And then eventually I wanted to do my own thing, my own vision. So I started a dance company called VC Dance Theater. Our first performance was at the Riverside Church up in Harlem.
Harlem, yes,
right?
I've been there many times.
Right. And we've been just doing dance ever since. I've toured Japan, taken the company to Japan like 5 times, Italy twice, done the Caribbean, gone all over New York, and not the Eastern Seaboard here. But that has been the last 20 years. I by accident became a middle school math teacher.
By accident?
By
Okay.
accident,
Yeah,
I was walking down the street,
And they
then
just snatched you off the street.
I
Tell me
fell.
what's with people that's in show business? We just can't make a living, can't we? Just
No, we have to figure. And then the fact that I'm Jamaican as well.
Yeah,
you can't
so
have
am I.
you can't have one job.
Oh no, it's 6 jobs.
You're
right?
lazy.
Yeah, I
You
know.
only have 7
7
jobs. Oh no,
exactly,
no.
exactly.
You need 2 more. So I drive the plane, I wash the plane, I am the attendant, I am the pilot. Yeah,
Yes.
all of those things.
Yeah.
So I did that for a bit. I was also I worked as an adoption specialist for children in foster care for a number of years. That sent me running back to the arts. I've just been pursuing the art in some sort of way now. Now I'm at JCal. I've been at JCal for the last 10, 11 years. I used to be the manager at Jamaica Performing Arts Center,
The one that's next door,
one that's
down
right,
on the block, yeah.
Right. And now, most recently, over the last year and a half, I'm now the artistic director. So my task then is to sort of create this overall vision that allows for the institution to thrive. And part of that thriving bit is to create as many doors, portals for people to walk in, because you can't grow unless you have seeds. And so part of the things that we've been doing is extending ourselves to having workshops, to having events like Meet the Playwright, or and we're actively looking for artists to come in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so because I was one, well, not was. There's never
You
really
still
a
are.
was.
You still
Right.
are. You always
Right.
will be.
Right. I know what it feels like to look around and wonder, can I, could I, should I, will I? And the answer is yes.
Well, now that you mentioned about the dancing, I could see it in your features. I could see you with your tights on. I even see you doing ballet and just, you're so graceful.
You heard it here first.
I'm serious.
Courtney, tights.
Well,
And now,
yeah.
twerking for the first time on WGJSradio.com.
With tights on.
I don't know if it's part of the Jamaican. My grandmother, my mother put my son in ballet when he was like 3 or 4 years old, you know, and she said it was going to make him graceful, you know, and his father said, not my son, you know.
He could have been the next Barishnikov.
I know.
You don't understand.
He had his tutus and his everything. He had his ballet slippers.
If he had tutus, there were problems.
So I'm
I'm
very.
gonna leave that one alone. That could go somewhere with that. I promise you.
So
The next book will be entitled.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
so it's very important as Caribbean people to be well rounded, and ballet and tap and the piano are always the traits that we try to establish for our children, for them to get into at some point in their life. So that's why I'm very glad for your what you do here in Queens. I mean, it's needed.
Thank you.
And we have so many talented people here in Queens. I just want the public to realize what you all offer on a daily basis for the community. And we're going to be right back. We're going to take a commercial break. Okay?
Make sure to download the WGJS Radio app from the Apple Store or from the Google Play Store.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it. Gonna get it, gonna slip it, gonna cuff it. Check it, talk to doctor and share it. Gonna get it, gonna slip it, gonna cuff it. Check it, talk to doctor and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
What do we do? You may not be able to plan ahead for a ghost encounter.
Under the dining table now!
But you can plan ahead for natural disasters. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts.
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Know your evacuation routes and decide on a safe emergency meeting location.
Here? I know. What a pick to Orlando.
Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. So pass the Proton Pack to the next generation and visit ready.gov/plan to get started.
Ever hear the one about the frog? Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. It's a lie. But as a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans,
real-world experience.
it's a story that rings true. We make excuses for how we feel. We push everything down. We tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. And some days, maybe, it is. But you've never been interested in easy. Reaching out is hard. Do it anyway. You're not alone. You've got this. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
Yeah, another Saturday with Our World, Our Power. Please don't forget to check us out on our website. Don't forget to follow us on OurWorldMediaNetwork.com, OurWorldMedia.com, and WGJSRadio.com, and Facebook.com, Our World Media #1. All right, we're here today, as I said, with Meet the Playwright. We're back here with Brenda Jones, and you can take it off.
Thank you very much, Lady Pauline.
Yeah.
I really want to thank actually you and an Hour of Power, our World Hour of Power, for really having us here, because it's really important that we know what's going on in the area, in Queens, in entertainment. As people of color, we kind of get shuffled off to the side, and you're really helping us take that next step.
I'm glad to be a vessel.
We really appreciate it. Having worked with Malcolm as an author and working with Courtney with Meet the Playwright and other things that he has done at JCal and JPAC, sometimes it's very discouraging that you're out there and you're doing these things and the news media sort of goes, oh yeah. And you're stuck with, now what?
Right.
But this does definitely make a difference, because for those who are watching via YouTube, that means you took the time to look. And that also means you could share it out to other people. So absolutely share. Okay. Share about Malcolm, share about Meet the Playwright, about JCal, about our 50th anniversary at JCal. 50 years in a nonprofit cultural center is a lot.
Yeah.
Because there are companies who have come to being and then disappeared within the last 5 months or the last 5 years. And in a period of COVID, you know what New York City was like. And if you could walk down the middle of the highway and the cars don't hit you because no one's out, that really makes a difference as to how many people are willing to come out now and to do something that is a choice, which is come out and enjoy the arts. So for those who can come out for the 50th anniversary, who could come out for all the things that's happening at JCal and JPAC in June, working and watching Malcolm, because he is also an extra on a lot of shows that are currently on television. I won't mention the names because this is not what this is about. But if you see his face and you look around shows that might have something to do with police, as far as I'm going, you will recognize his face in the background.
Oh, yeah, he definitely.
Yeah.
Not just in the background, up front, as I was saying. You know, audience, I like talking about it.
Uh-oh.
I'll be at home sometimes in my bed. I'm sorry, but I'm watching Blue Bloods or Law and Order, and I see Malcolm always pops up, you know, and I say to myself, "Oh, good Lord!" Oh. I do. And we have another friend, Greg Mays. He's been doing a lot of commercials, and it's so nice when you see your friends on TV. You know, it gives me inspiration to say, I soon will be sitting by their pool. You know,
it's just whether it's going to be a waiting pool that you blow up in the backyard or the one that's really made into the ground with the sun and the surf.
It doesn't make a difference as long as I'm by the pool, and I can say, you know, here are my friends. I know you all guys, and I'm so happy and proud of you. That's the bottom line that I'm trying to say. I'm very happy, and I'm very proud of you all. You know,
that's appreciated.
Yes.
Trust you me. Malcolm, the next move, other than the book, actually,
okay,
I think
you
have
the
books.
book. You didn't show us
So
the book.
hold them up. Hold up, the main one.
This is the Man Walker Crime Fiction Trilogy. This is book 1, One Way In, No Way Out.
Yeah, perfect. I just did it because
this is book 2 of the trilogy, Man in the Middle.
With tape on it.
Okay. And book 3, Good Night, Bad Day, which we finally have a book cover for, should be out within, I'll say 60 days. Just round up to 60 days.
Okay, you can buy them where?
You can, if you're interested in the ebook, just go to Amazon. Look for One Way and No Way Out, or Man in the Middle, Man Walker Adventures. Or you can go to MANNWALKER.com. That's manwalker.com. That's the website. You can get the books. You can get Three-Legged Elephant Publishing T-shirts. You can get One Way In, No Way Out baseball caps. Buy all of them for the family.
Well, I didn't realize what happened to the coffee cups. You didn't go into the coffee cups.
The coffee cups are special order.
Oh,
you know, there wasn't a big demand for it, and it's kind of pricey to produce. So, you know, I'm trying to keep things on the shelf that go off the shelf fast, as opposed to just having stuff. But if you gotta have a coffee cup, we can make that happen.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, you know, because it's kind of empty here, you know.
How subtle of you.
Very subtle.
You can buy a book, fill the space. You can buy a baseball cap. I didn't wear one today.
Yeah.
You can buy them. three-legged elephant publishing T-shirt, which I think is kind of a novelty. I think everybody should have a three-legged elephant publishing T-shirt.
Yeah, I've seen them on the website.
Yeah.
It looks
We have the printed ones, white, black. We also have the elephant head, because our logo is elephant's head with an eye patch.
Who came up with that wonderful idea?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's different.
The reasoning behind it is, it's called a three-legged elephant, but it has all four legs, but it has an eye patch. So, with that being said, if you ever saw a titled three-legged elephant with all four legs and an eye patch, would you ever forget him?
No, not at all.
So that helps to
stick, in a person's mind.
And a lot of people, unfortunately or fortunately, depends on how you look at it, play with the name of our company, Three-Legged Elephant. Some people, I didn't realize it when we came up with the name, some people think it has this other connotation. I won't elaborate on that, but people really are really enthused with this idea.
All right.
I mean, it
I'll be nice and not, take it to the next stop.
It was brought to my attention after we had launched the company and everything. It never crossed my mind. Yeah. Somebody said, "What is that about? Is that what I think it is?" I'm like, "What is what?" And he said, "Three-legged elephant." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Oh," I said, "Jeez."
I hear you. That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. But it makes us unique, though.
It is very unique. It is.
It makes the name a novelty, and I think everybody should have.
I love your book. I love the other one too. One Way In, One Way Out, or no way. Well,
that's
One Way In, No Way Out.
Actually, that's the name of the television series.
Oh,
so everybody look for it. You can preview it also if you go to the website and scroll down. It's in his own words. The gentleman you spoke about, Greg Mays.
Yes.
He did a short reading on my website.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
so
interesting.
he's kind of a preview of what the story's about. It's Saturday afternoon at the movies. That's what these books are about. This isn't some deep, heavy, psychological dive. I don't think it'll change your life. If it does change your life,
I'm sure it would.
You need to change it.
I'm sure it did. Now, before we wind up the show, how can people get in contact with you, and where are your books? Again, let the audience know where they can be bought.
Okay. The books are, if you want an ebook, go to Amazon, of course. One Way In, No Way Out, and Man in the Middle, The Man Walker Adventures. If you want the paperback, go to MANNWALKER, manwalker.com. All the books and items are available. Yes. Yeah. If you want to get in contact with me, depending upon who you are, if you want to get in contact with me, I think the easiest way to be just go to Facebook and look for Arthur Malcolm Boyd, or Instagram, which is One Way In, No Way Out.tv.
Okay. And Courtney, how can people reach you?
That's fairly easy. You can reach me at jcal.org, jcal.org. I don't mind emails.
Oh, okay.
So
do you answer them?
Always.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I answer every email.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and that's C French with two F's, so CFFRENCH at jcal.org. You have a question or about bringing your ideas to JCal or to do something in the theater, I'm more than happy to talk to you, tell you how it can be done, when it can be done. And yeah, so, with an open, portals and open doors, right? And that's what it's about.
That's beautiful. Brenda, how can people reach you, and what's next on the horizon?
There's so many things. The first thing I want to say is, as far as Meet the Playwright starts the new season in September of 2022, as in a few months from now, I am on the hunt for playwrights. So therefore, this is my official pitch. Give me your play. So the best way to do that would be to contact me, and that would be BCJ, as in boy, cat, John, .strategies, STRATEGIES, strategies @gmail. the play has to be one act. The play has to time out at about 45 minutes, no more, or we will snatch you off the stage. And specifically, and I want to make this clear because this is the point, one of the points of Meet the Playwright, we are looking for playwrights of color.
Okay.
So therefore, I didn't say black playwrights, I didn't say Latino playwrights, I said playwrights of color, and I do mean that.
That's beautiful.
So I want cross-culture. Because that's very much what Queens is made
Yes,
of.
it is. It's very much so.
So if we're going to play multicultural, then let's play multicultural. So that is what I'm looking for. Send it to me. It doesn't get shopped out to a whole bunch of other people. If there are questions I have about the play, I'll contact you. And Courtney will sometimes help me make the decision along with the executive director of JCal, Leonard Jacobs. But for all intents and purposes, I am the source. So that's bcjboycatjohn.strategies@gmail. So like I said, come Monday, we will have Mouthful of Flies at JCal for the Meet the Playwright series, as in Monday the 23rd. I knew that, Monday the 23rd. And then the next month will be June the 27th, again at JCal for Pearls and Swine. And hopefully we can have the playwright in next month with you.
Yes, most definitely. You know,
That'd be wonderful.
That's once a month we can do that.
Absolutely,
That'd
that'd be perfect.
Do that. Yeah.
So thank you.
You're quite welcome. And audience, I want you to, if you can reach me, you want to reach me? Or if you don't want to reach me, take down this number, 347-410-8077. That's the phone number for WGJS Radio and OurWorldMedia.com. Don't forget, 347-410-8077. You can speak to Lady Pauline personally. And if you have any thoughts or any ideas on any types of shows that you want to see, just call me and I'll try to make it happen. Don't forget, you all been listening to Our World, Our Power. Thank you all guests for being on the show this week. Meet the Playwright, and look forward to talking with you next month.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. Take care, audience. Catch you all next time.